How can leaders like you, Greisy, continue to sort of weave learning into the fabric of a company's culture?
That's a good question. I think there are three important ways. One is through transparency, the other one is through transformation, and the third is through investment. So, if you're looking at transparency, I think leaders have a role to play in being really honest with the workforce and explaining to them the long-term strategies of the company, the technical roadmaps that we have, and how that's going to impact their roles, right? In many cases, 50% of the jobs that exist today are not going to be around 5 years from now. So we need to be clear about that. Then they need to work with the HR departments to make sure that people understand what those role changes are and prepare for those. And we also have to be very proactive into transforming our companies into learning organizations. And last but not least, they need to invest in learning and development, not only in new technologies, but in learning professionals. They need to make sure that learning and development is just as an important function of the organization as finance or sales or manufacturing.
Do you think that some companies don't take investing in L&D very seriously? Do you see that as a problem kind of across the industry?
I think so. I think, that it's, first of all, it's one of the first areas that gets cut sometimes when we have budget issues. And also it's because they don't really understand the extent of what a learning organization can bring to the organization. If you embed learning into the entire product life cycle from start to finish, or into the entire life cycle of an employee, that's a really big commitment, not just in resources, but also in cost. So I think that's one of the reasons companies have a tendency to sort of shy away from that. Also because measuring the return on investment is very hard. But if you can do a pretty good job at those ROIs, I think they would be more willing to invest.